Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome to a POV commentary of Climb to Master. So very quickly, here are the loading screen and all that good stuff for this game. So the weird thing is the Aatrox on my team was an Akali main, but then the Mordekaiser was an Aatrox main. So there's kind of two top laners that aren't on their mains. We're playing KASSAWIN in this game, and the video title could be very easily something like, they left KASSAWIN open, and yes, I do call him KASSAWIN now. He's dumb at the moment, KASSAWIN, and I do heavily recommend it. Now, I am hovering over the ranks just to give you guys an idea of what people were. So we're against someone that was Diamond 1 on Nico, the enemy AD carry was Master, Diamond 3 there, Diamond 3 there. So, like, you know, a mid to high Diamond game of the quality of player last season. But yeah, just to explain, if you are newer to the channel, these episodes are really good, I feel, as they're a hybrid. So you're getting my perspective of when I played this game, but I'm not commentating live. Now, I know not everybody's going to be the biggest fan of that, but hopefully you guys understand that it's something that is really good for me, especially in the early season, because I want to climb, right? And obviously, if I only play, let's say I do 2 videos a day, and I just do 2 videos a day on the main account, well, that's not going to make me climb very quick. So I've got to play more than 2 games a day, but I'm not going to record every single one of those games. So what I do is when I'm having a offline recording session, I record the POV. So I'm playing it, you're seeing my perspective, my camera, my mouse and everything. And if it's a decent game, or if it's worth doing a commentary of, I'll show you. So I'm spam pinging assistants in that bush. Now, why did I do that? So firstly, if I'm not mistaken, on Professor just there, it did say, I think on 1 or 2 of their profiles, Invader. And when someone has Invader on their profile, that is telling you that they like to invade. Secondly, it's not just that. The enemy team comp is an invade heavy team comp. So that is another reason to why I was like, And if you're wondering why is it an invade heavy team comp, Thresh, Nico, and Maud, all good at invading. Imagine a Maud getting his passive at level 1, standing in the middle of 5 people. A lot of damage. So there's the invade, and randomly, of all people to walk into the bush first, Lucian. So I flash over the enemy team. We managed to get first blood. Nico is looking for me. The enemy, Lucian goes down. The Vi goes down first. Our Kha'Zix goes down, but it's fine for now. The fight's continuing. Mordekaiser's really low. I waste my Q. Would have been better to put it on somebody else. Continue going. You can see I'm still kind of trying to stay around to get as much damage as I can. And we're going to try and eventually go for the Thresh, who flashes over the wall right into our AD carry. And we pick up another kill. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is basically a level 1 ace. Now, I wanted to do this episode, if I'm completely honest, mainly because of that level 1. And really to bring up the topic of the load screen softwares. So again, for those that we get it asked all the time, you know, what is the loading screen thing that you keep bringing up? Again, I personally don't use an app. Mine is the website version that I just bring up in editing, you know, in the software of recording that I use. But it is Professor. I'm not right now sponsored by them, but very soon I might, you know, be working with them again. We've worked with them in the past, but very soon I should have a download link for you guys if you do want to use the app version of it. But that's not set up right now. But while the early lane phase is happening, is to bring up the topic of what do you guys think about those softwares? I recently had a YouTube comment saying, oh, dude, like, are those allowed? Should they be fine? And the answer, and what I will say is, I'm not a big fan of them. And I know some people might be like, what? I'm not a big fan of them, but because they're around, to me, as a ranked player, if I'm completely honest, I think you have to use them. I think it's just got to the point that you are at such a disadvantage if you're not using one of them. And again, it doesn't have to be the one that I use, any of them, because they tell you so much information. Again, like we said, that level 1, sure, maybe I would have been kind of cautious about their invade with the enemy team comp, but because Professor was like, Invader, I'm like, are they going to invade? Probably. So yeah, like, I personally do feel I'm not a big fan of them, because does it take away the skill of, like, the knowledge that you need? Definitely, because it's just telling you what the pattern is of the enemy team. But I also am in the camp that you basically have to use them at this point, because most people are using a version of one of them, and they now know information about you, and if you're not using one, you do not know the information about them. Now, this game, again, so that's the first point. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about all those things? Do you like them? Do you use them? Do you not use them? Let me know. It'll be interesting to know your opinions. Secondly, we're playing Kassadin this game. Now, if you guys watch my champion pool video that we did about a week ago or whatever, you'll notice that Kassadin isn't in my champion pool, and I actually say Kassadin is pretty boring. I find him really boring to play. So, Huz, why are you playing him? He was left open. That's the problem. As a flexible player of myself, I really can't give up, like, the opportunity. Meanwhile, we get ganked. And I'll be honest, I did not expect that Vi gank because she just got killed by Kha'Zix in top. And instead of going back to farm in a jungle, she instantly came mid to kill me. So, didn't expect that one. Fair play to her, getting a good gank off. But yeah, he was left open. And it's like, am I really going to, like, let the enemy get him? And to be honest, Kassadin is really easy to play. So I was like, okay, I'll just pick him myself. So that was the idea, by the way. Right there, I was just checking if you press W without using it, does it stack the tier? And the answer is yes. I didn't know that, but now I do. So worth noting, we're against Lethal Tempo Neeko. You're seeing me type down there, which you will see, by the way, occasionally in these POV episodes. If there's a point that I want to make, but obviously because I'm not commentating, I'll type it down there and delete it, just so I remember to talk about it. Yeah, I've got no idea what this Neeko build is. Obviously, there used to be on-hit Neeko, and you can see it's going to do a bit of damage. But the problem is, and, if some people go, oh, I've seen somebody do that, yeah, it's bad. The reason why it's going to be kind of a bad idea to do that is we've spoken about it in the past, that mid lane is arguably, alongside AD carry, your two most carry-orientated positions. That's the person that is supposed to be doing the bulk of your damage to carry you, especially in mid to late game. Yeah, this build is annoying in lane phase, but what the hell is it going to do in mid to late game to a Kassadin? Nothing. So that's the problem with doing this kind of, off-meta, on-hit build. Yeah, I get it, you're denying a melee Kassadin from farming well, but it's still a Kassadin. He eventually will get strong. Unless you stomp him into the ground, yeah, it's a ticking time bomb where he's eventually going to just start killing the Neeko. Maybe this build would be better suited in top lane as more of a cheese pick against bruisers. That, sure, bruisers scale, but maybe an AD Neeko can deny them more. But, a Kassadin who can jump on your face, who's going to scale well with 2 items. I really, when I was playing this game, and I played this game maybe a night or two ago, honestly, I was sitting there, and again, whenever I'm playing solo queue, in my own time, I'm usually playing it in the evening. I was just sitting there, like, in the pitch blackness going, like, what the hell is this build? Like, what's going on? Why would you do this build? And I don't think Neeko, by the way, is in a very good place right now in terms of strength. Some people may remember, meanwhile, she's just going to go for a play. And you see, she is playing heavily aggressive, and that's what she should be doing. But I don't think Neeko's in a good place right now. I like Neeko. We played a lot of her, not that even that long ago, but I just don't think she's the best pick right now, even in top lane. I'll say as a slight, again, hyping it up a little bit in the next couple of days, I play a Darius game upcoming in the next few days. It's a POV commentary like this, but that game, I'm playing Darius, and I'm against a one-trick challenger Neeko player from last season. Neeko's just not very strong right now. I'm not a challenger player, nowhere near, but wait for that episode because it is a bit of an eye-opener. Anyway, so the game right now isn't, it's calming down a bit, but just to kind of give you the perspective of where I am as Kassadin, I'm happy that, I want this game to be slow. Neeko being hyper-aggressive with me, looking for those ultimates, that's not very good for me because I'm scaling. I'm against a weird off-meta-y pick. Misfortune gets caught, by the way. That was a bit bad by Misfortune, like, being that overextended while Brom was dewarding, I think. So that was unfortunate. Kha'Zix is going to go for a gank, though. Nice stun by Brom. He does actually manage to survive as well for now. Vi coming in at level 6 doesn't fully commit. I'm now back in mid lane, missing the Neeko. Hopefully they survive in bot lane. Brom does overstay his welcome. So does the Kha'Zix. And he does survive maybe with the flash in the end. Overall, not the best of play. You actually can see the enemy team is catching up on the old kills. But another thing worth noting is the farm. So we're against a attack on hit Neeko. The idea, I would imagine, is trying to auto-attack to death your lane opponent to get them annoyed. And you'll notice the farm, we're not actually that far away. So yes, my farm isn't incredible right now, but, Neeko at the moment, I'd say, is about 10 farm ahead of me. That's not a lot of farm to be ahead when you're literally just trying to deny your lane opponent completely. Anyway, the Vi does do an invade. Unfortunately, I think the Brom wasn't paying attention fully. I am going to go for the Vi. She puts down a ward. Going to go with the Brom. He does land the Q. I think I probably would have killed the Vi myself in the end, but it doesn't really matter. The only thing that I would have loved of getting that kill would have been double buffs. Gonna go for the Nico now. Really nice roam by Aatrox. You can see how squishy the Nico is. I pick up my first kill of the game, and there we go. Nice roam by Aatrox. But worth also noting that Nico's positioning was pretty bad. Even if Aatrox wasn't there, I would have jumped on Nico at that specific moment because she was completely out of position. Obviously out of position because she was trying to cover the Vi in the jungle who just died. But just a worth note is that now the tipping point to the mid lane. Meanwhile, I'm recording this game, POV off stream, but someone just Twitch subscribed. Thank you for subscribing on Twitch while I'm not online. Remember, you can do that even with a Amazon Prime Twitch sub. Thank you very much. Anyway, that was a slight, distraction. Now pick up my Catalyst. Remember that Kassadin is a scaling champion, and you do buy 2 scaling items on him, which is, I would say, it's optional. You don't have to buy both scaling items, but if you're confident that the game isn't over in the next 10 minutes, next 15 minutes, yeah, buy the both scaling items. You're going to become a monster to take over the game if you manage to get both of the scaling items and fully stack. Like, you want the Seraphs, you want the Rod of Ages at 10 stacks, and then you're an absolute beast. But obviously, the negative of buying 2 scaling items is obviously the time issue. If you're against an enemy that's starting to snowball and you're stuck there buying 2 scaling items, you're not very strong right now because you're waiting for them to finish. That's the negative of playing, obviously, a late game kind of scaling champ. You might notice now, though, I'm going to start potentially just kind of testing the little bit more of damage on the Nico. I've already kind of felt, if I'm completely honest, I've already felt like she's fallen off a little bit already. Meanwhile, going to go for a play on the Vi. Going to go in with my ultimate. He gets killed by the like, kind of delayed Kazakh's damage, weirdly. Going to take over the dragon. It would be lovely if we could pick this up. Not sure if we're going to be able to, though. Lucian overstays is welcome. I'm just going to do a bunch of damage on him. Kazakh picks up the dragon. Nico is going to go for a bit of damage. I do a tiny bit more damage onto the Thresh before I die. And now Nico, overcommitting, does get killed by the Kazakhs. Picks up a double kill. We also get the dragon. Overall, pretty damn good play. Right now, I am 1-2-7 as Kassadin, so not the normal KDA that a Kassadin has. Kazakh's going to go and extend his own personal lead by using the Rift Herald mid lane for some tower plates. Meanwhile, in top lane, we just pointed out there that Aatrox was like nearly double farm of Maud, but Aatrox's health bar, he's nearly dead. He did also just say that Mordekaiser ulted, but yeah, you got to be careful every now and then. There is a reason that Mordekaiser is known, no offense if you're a Maud player, but he is kind of the brain-dead top lane pick right now, even more so than Darius is. Like, you suck at top lane, play Maud. Like, he's really strong, he wins most matchups in a 1v1, you scale incredibly well, and there you go. Anyway, gonna just do a bit of damage to the Nico, so you can see, like, kind of the difference of the 2 champions. I'm looking for just that big boom straight away, and she's trying to get, like, 10 auto attacks in to make it worth. So I'm going to go and extend some more damage, get an extra auto attack on, and now I'm already thinking, this is a kill. Going to go for a flash ultimate play, and there we go. So even though she's gone for a weird lane bully, off-meta pick, you can see I'm kind of going, what the hell is this Nashor's Tooth? It doesn't make any sense. Her pick has now completely fallen off. And worth noting, to people that might be saying, oh, this is only because, your early game went well and all that. Just remember, I currently have 19 ability power, everybody. Look in the bottom left of my stats. I have 19 ability power. That's it. I have no ability power in my items right now. No Rod of Ages complete. No Seraphs complete. Legit have no ability power apart from base and from runes. So this just shows how weak that Nico build is. I'm going to go back now, and I don't know what I pick up first. Technically, I should pick up the Rod of Ages first, and I do, because, just to make the point clear, Rod of Ages is a time scaling item that, when you complete the item, every single minute from then, you get 1 stack of Rod of Ages up to 10. So it takes 10 minutes for a Rod of Ages to be fully stacked. I think when it's fully stacked, you get a bonus like 40 ability power and stuff like that from the item. Where Tyr, obviously building then to eventually a Archangel into then a Seraphs, that is still technically scaling and all that while you've just got a Tyr. I did, by the way, just make a mistake. Some people may have pointed out, Huz, you're leaving base, but you've got half mana. Yeah, that was a mistake. Just to explain, if you guys don't know fully how Kassadin works, his ultimate ramps up. So straight away, his ultimate I think costs 50 mana or 100 mana. Once you use it, it doubles its cost, I think, in mana. and then it keeps doing that up to, I think, 800 mana. But the damage also increases. So if you that's why sometimes you'll see, meanwhile Aatrox dives a Vi, that's why sometimes you'll see a Kassadin, before a big fight happens, he'll ult on the spot in a bush to let his ultimate scale a bit more before the fight actually happens. It's a really smart thing to do. But what I did there was, on the base platform, I ulted, even though it didn't reset. So a relatively new thing, while we're going to go for an engage, I'm just going to like focus the Thresh a little bit here, because that's a free kill. Now going to return for the Lucian. Good thing by Kha'Zix. I know he might have thought he had enough damage to get the kill. I take the double kill, though. But he did leave it somewhat. Maybe he thought he was going to kill him anyway. But I get a double kill. Really nice play there. But yeah, there is now an indicator. If you look at the ultimate spell now in the bottom, there's like that line that goes around the box. That's an indication of when the ultimate resets its mana. And obviously then its damage strength too. So it's a really nice indication that, if I'm honest, I'm surprised hasn't been in the game like for years. It's nice. It's a quality of life change, which is good. It's, you know, what I will say, a lot of quality of life changes sometimes in League make the game a little bit, you know, more casual. This definitely makes it a little bit more casual, but it is still pretty good. Now, worth noting, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was officially the second lane opponent of mine that we made rage quit this season, I believe. So obviously episode 1, we made the Rumble rage quit from killing him. I think it was 3 times then he rage quit. And then now the Nico's died, and there is the surrender. So overall, pretty good game. Just nice little relaxing second video of the day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. But again, the main reason and why I wanted to show this up video is, well, 2 points. One, if Kassadin is open, I would heavily right now say you probably should just lock Kassadin in. And then secondly, it was the level 1. It's the whole, I want to have that conversation with you guys, or we arguably won that level 1 because I spam pinged get in this bush because of what I saw on Porofessor. Let me know what you think of that. That does now, by the way, make us Platinum 2, 38 LP gain from that game. But yeah, high Platinum 2. Damage-wise, don't do a crazy amount of damage. Aatrox obviously has a crazy strong champion right now, dealing a lot of damage. But we had a good game. And, you know, yeah, the Nico against us was 1-4. We started solo killing her. And I just have literally no idea why you'd ever do that build, especially in mid lane. Like, you're not going to carry with that build. And even, yes, it was annoying to lane against. It's inevitable that a Kassadin is just going to own it. So that's going to be that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little second video of the day. There's going to be a couple more POV commentaries like this. Some of them I think are really good, cracking episodes. And I'm actually going to play some today as well. But again, not going to commentate today. I think I'm just going to do maybe recording. But what I will say, if you guys do not mind these POV commentaries, trust me, they help me a lot in the early season to play a lot of games. Please smash the like button. It does help out a lot. And just finally, that does make our placement so far 6 wins, 2 losses. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.